All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission to order on this Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. It is now 4:32. Meeting will begin. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And a moment of silence after, and take a little extra silence for the people of Ukraine. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Can we get a roll call then on tonight's commissioners?
Talmadge.
Here.
Soto Presley.
Here.
Garay. Myrick.
Here.
Hopbridge.
Here, we have 4 present with 1 absent. Okay, number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 4 is communications. I believe we received 4 letters on different parcels in the city. So Cynthia, if you can just, I don't know if you want to just briefly say who they're from or the address, whatever you prefer.
We received a letter from Gabriel Herrera for 124 137th Street, one from Rafael Garcia for various vacant lots and 5334 Soul Avenue, Peter Manis for 1241 and 1237 Highland Street, and Jennifer Ateca for 903 to 913 Kenwood Street.
Okay, no actions needed at this time. Just note in the minutes that we did receive them and just refer those to staff for further review.
I got it.
All right, brings us to number 5, our minutes, February 1st, 2022.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from February 1st, 2022 from the Hammond Redevelopment Commission.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Tolman, seconded by Commissioner Soto Presley. Is there any further questions or additions to these minutes or anything? Since there is none, then roll call, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Soto Presley.
Yes.
Garay. Myrick.
Yes.
Hopbridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 6 is our homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for Keontae Freeman, 2731 162nd Place.
Yes, and she is on the Zoom.
Hello, Miss Freeman. How are you?
I'm good about yourself.
Doing pretty good. Thanks for appearing. Just a couple quick questions.
Thank you.
How did you hear about our program?
I heard through my loan officer, actually, and through a friend of mine who gave me this grant a couple years ago.
Okay. Are you a first-time home buyer?
Yes. Yes, it's my first home.
Does any other commissioners have any questions for Miss Kiana Freeman?
I do not.
Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of the homebound conditional forgivable loan program for Kiana Freeman for the property at 2731 162nd Place.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tobin. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Talmadge.
Yes.
Soto Presley.
Yes.
Garay. Myrick.
Yes.
Hopbridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you may, looks like you're driving or whatever, so if you want to sign off, you may, but thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, number 7 is our annual fiscal report of the controller as the commission treasurer.
No, that's for Carl Sunday.
So, members of the commission, this was the representative that will be explaining this is in here at this time, so this time we'd like Dan Bowditch, I'm sorry, to come forward.
Really?
I'm so sorry.
No.
This is on my mind.
Well, you
My
guys
mom
look
calls
alike.
me a lot of different names, so
You guys look so much alike that that's why.
it's the beard, I guess.
So are you going to be doing number 8?
Number 7,
Oh, you are, okay.
yes. We are on agenda item number 7, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, all right, I'm just making sure.
Right. So before you this evening, it's in your packet, is the fiscal report of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2021. It was dated April 1st, 2022. It's a report that is required annually by state statute under Indiana Code IC 36-7-14-8B. And it requires the Office of the Controller as the Hammond Redevelopment Commission Treasurer to prepare an annual report of the fiscal position to the executive, being the mayor, by April 1st, on or before April 1st, with a summary of accounts. So in the report itself, very simply, you will have a transmittal letter from the Office of the Controller. We did work with Karen Janiga on this with the funds, and we've put together the list of the funds for the Redevelopment Commission, being the Redevelopment Fund General, Columbia Plaza Allocation Area Fund, Lear Allocation Fund, Downtown Allocation Fund, State Line Allocation Fund, Roby Allocation Fund, West Point Allocation Fund, Home Depot Allocation Fund, the Woodmar Allocation Fund, Woodmar Gateways Allocation Fund, and the Gateways Allocation Fund. So what those reports generally will show for, or schedule for each in the fiscal annual fiscal report is the prior year's balance for 2 years, and then the ending balance for fiscal year 2021, so you can see the end of balances. If you'd like, I can go through each balance with you, what the ending balance was, but it's all pretty straightforward in your packet. It was submitted to the executive, being the mayor, on April 1st in a timely manner. I don't believe there's any action that needs to be taken by the commission other than being notified and informed that the report was prepared and that the information was submitted in a timely manner.
Thank you so much.
Unless there's any
Mr.
questions.
Bowditch. I was going to say thank you so much, Mr. Bowditch. You always do a really good job explaining it to us.
Appreciate it. I tried to be brief. I know David likes that. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does any commissioners have any questions before you entertain a motion?
Do we need a motion? I thought there was no action
Oh,
to be taken.
well, on the next item, we will. Don't they kind of?
Yeah, the next.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Bowditch.
All righty. Then number 8's the approval of 2021 annual TIF overlapping units report.
So members of the commission, we have Carl Sender in the audience. I apologize earlier, I had a slight mix-up because we have quite a few financial reports that we have to be presented tonight. So at this time, we'll have Carl Sender discuss the annual TIF and overlapping units report.
All right. Thank you. Good evening, members of the commission and staff. I'm glad to be here. Customarily, we are here in April to present the annual TIF annual report for your approval. This is something by the statute that requires a summary of the Redevelopment Commission's activities for the year. We've also included in your packet the overlapping units report. And we normally have done this in December, but we decided to combine it with the annual report this year and kind of expedite the whole process. So on page 2 is just a quick summary of what the report contains. Going to be showing what the commission members are, cash balances, summary of revenues and expenses, and then what the outstanding obligations are as far as debt issuances to support redevelopment projects. And then finally is a listing of all the TIF parcels, and those will be uploaded into the city's gateway reporting with the Department of Local Government Finance. So just a couple quick highlights. Page 4 is your distribution of tax increment for 2021. For all the different allocation areas we have, we received $8,691,824. So that's all goes towards good projects that you have going on throughout the city. And pages 7 all the way through 12 is a summary of the outstanding debt that's used to further redevelopment district projects. I won't go through each and every one, but if any of the commission members have any specific questions, this does list what the principal outstanding amounts are, what the payments were during 2021, and what the remaining term and length of the bonds are. Then page 13 is just a summary of the commission fund balances for the year, showing the beginning balances, revenues received, disbursements, and ending balance. Then pages 15 and 16 is just a summary of major resolutions that the commission considered during the year. And then finally is the overlapping units report. This is what we've also added that's now also required by Indiana statute. We are to present a summary of the budget for the coming year, what the long-term plans for each of the allocation areas, and the tax impact to the allocation areas. Page 19 just indicates that the commission was established to address conditions associated with blight and underutilization of land and barriers to development, and that we've created these allocation areas to support economic and redevelopment activities throughout the city. We did put together just a brief summary of the budget based on what we're seeing as increment being projected for 2022, and that's in Exhibit A. And then we've also kind of put together historically where you have spent in major categories. And that's outlined for each of the allocation areas. And then finally, there's two other exhibits. Exhibit B is showing a summary of the tax impact if we had not ever established these allocation areas. This is also required that we are to allow the overlapping units to have this information. But commonly we use the but-for test. If it wasn't for these allocation areas to help incentivize growth in the city, you wouldn't have this additional growth and this. So normally we say this but-for test really isn't a true picture of what the tax impact is. But anyway, needless to say, we present it based on what the AV is projected to incremental growth and assessment value for 2022. And the tax impact, if we had no allocation areas, would be almost 29 cents. And then the next exhibit shows what the impact would be to each of the overlapping taxing units to their cumulative funds, because these are fixed rate property tax funds. And then finally, we list all the parcels are attached for your review. So I'm happy to answer any questions. If not, probably have a motion to accept the report. And then I believe there's also a resolution that comes next in the agenda as well.
We'll do them separate. Thank you, Carl. I think you did better than a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay. Tried to keep it brief as well. Thank you.
We're on number
Yes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the 2021 annual TIF and overlapping units report.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tomage. That's the approval of 2021 annual TIF overlapping units report. If there's no further questions for Carl Sender, then let's have a roll call, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, that brings us now to the number 9, the resolution, approval of resolution 01-2022, a resolution of Hammond Redevelopment Commission concerning the 2023 budget year, determination for tax increment for Hammond Redevelopment Commission allocation areas.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of Resolution 01-2022, the resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission concerning the 2023 budget year, determination for tax increment for the Hammond Redevelopment Commission allocation areas.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Tomich, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. That's for the approval of Resolution 01-2022. Let's have a roll call, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, number 10 is approval of Nice Engineering request for additional funds for the parking lot located at 417 Fayette Street within the city of Hammond.
Members of the commission, you will find in your packet a proposal from Nice Engineering for additional, it's a request for additional funds for the parking lot at 417 Fayette Street. As the commission may remember, we previously approved a contract for this scope of work. However, as with many developments, a lot of things change, and we're looking at some additional designs for the parking lot and some different options that have that we have found recently have become made aware to us. So they're asking for an increase in the contract so that the total amount will not exceed $9,856. And so they have an above, not to exceed fee of $5,000 for the total contract price to be $9,856.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the Nye Engineering request for additional funds for the parking lot located at 417 Fayette Street within the city of Hammond.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Tomich, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. That's the approval of Nice Engineering request for additional funds for the parking lot located at 417 Fayette Street within the city of Hammond. Can we have a roll call, please?
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, number 11 is approval of recommendation to engage Hutton & Hutton as the builders for New York Avenue Phase 2 project.
So members of the commission, in your package, you will find a proposal from Hutton & Hutton Engineering. As many of you know, we had a lot of success for the residential properties on New York Avenue, which are the paired homes. We had so much success that the commission decided to demo. We had an opportunity to build more residential homes on the New York Avenue street. So a home was demoed, and we have 3 lots, and this commission approved advertisement for proposals for the development of those lots for residential dwellings. Staff has met with Hutton & Hutton and some other other applicants who submitted proposals, And upon meeting with them, we actually have determined that Hudden would do a very good job. We feel that they were the more successful bidder. We really like their design. We've had the planning department look at their plans. We feel that they would really enhance that area. In the audience, we have Justin Hudden. If you wanted to come forward and you wanted to explain or say anything to the commission, you can do so at this time.
Welcome, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Just a few short comments. So again, to move on Africa's points, our intent is to complement everything that's been done there, improve the area, and show some promise and more quality as well. So if you have any questions in regards to anything that was within that packet, I'd be happy to answer those now.
Mr. Hutton, I have a question. This is Commissioner Soto Presley. And I was wondering, as I was looking through the packet, I found all the information, but I couldn't find the square footage of each home that was being built on lots 1, 2, and 3.
Sure, so great question. On each one of those lots, our proposed square footage is going to be within the sweet spot of 2,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet.
Well, what about the individual houses themselves? I got that, the lot size, but
No,
I couldn't find the square footage of each individual house on the lot.
that is the square footage for each individual house.
Oh, okay, I couldn't find that. Anyway, so it's from 2,000 to 2,500. And which of the 3 houses are which size? I mean, do you have a size for each of the 3 houses?
I don't have the plans here in front of me, but the lot number 1 that has the garage towards the back is the larger of the 3. And then the other 2 lots are closer to that 2,000 square foot range.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
When do you think you'll break ground on the first one then?
Our intent is to break ground this year,
Okay.
if we can obviously get through
Right.
the paperwork, yeah.
So will you be doing all 3 of them at the same time?
That's also our intent, is to do all 3 at the same time and try and economize on the construction cost.
Those are nice homes.
Yeah, they look really good on paper here, so.
Thank you.
I think it'll be a good addition up there.
They'll look better when they're done.
I'll take one.
Well, as things proceed for you and get approved here, just, obviously you'll stay in contact with Africa
You
and the
want to live next
staff.
door to
And
me?
Absolutely.
we'd like to have maybe a walkthrough when they're done before they go up, for sale.
Absolutely, and our invitation's still on the table anytime you'd like to go see an example of similar construction.
So Commissioner Thomas and I were discussing it. We're both thinking about downsizing. We might have to look into these.
Downsizing.
Well, I'll be downsizing.
I'll take one.
You take one.
I got one.
All
You want to live
right.
next door?
There's no further questions, or I'd like to make approval. I'd like to make a motion for the approval of recommendation to engage Hudden as the builders for New York Avenue Phase 2.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tolmich. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 12, approval of proposals for 2022 Hammond Redevelopment Commission lots for lawn cutting season.
Members of the commission, in your packet, you will find information regarding the cost per lot for various lots throughout the city that are owned by the Redevelopment Commission. And as you may remember, this commission authorized, you gave authorization to advertise for proposals for snow plowing as well as lawn maintenance. We did award the snow plowing contract, but we wanted to wait until we had gotten some more proposals for grass cutting. And we did receive a proposal from R&B Cut and Clean as well as Myers. You will find on both of them, they're pretty comprehensive of the lots that were advertised. And at this time, what staff would recommend is that the lots that are indicated on R&B Cut and Clean will be assigned to R&B Cut and Clean, and the lots that are indicated on the Myers landscaping summary are allocated to Myers Landscaping. And the reason we wanted to do this, one, was because we wanted to use more than one contractor for lawn maintenance, and we also wanted to, we also spoke with the building department to get their advice as well. And R&B Cut and Clean is a smaller lawn maintenance company, so they'll be able to handle a lot of the smaller lots, where Myers has the larger equipment, so they'll be able to handle some of the larger lots. So we feel that that's a good way to share the wealth amongst multiple contractors and make sure that all the lots are well maintained throughout this coming season.
I think that was an
And
excellent
Rick Bedine is on Zoom right now, and he's from RBI.
Okay.
If you have any questions for him.
I don't, just appreciate you taking the time to take the, submit, your proposal for a bid.
Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
And I agree with Ms. Tarver. I think being diversified, kind of spreading it, especially if you're from Hammond, it's good to see that we have a couple options here. I don't have anything else, so they all look to be in order, and like I said, they kind of divided the wealth pretty equally.
Yeah, I like it. For sure. Mr. President, if there's no further discussion, I'd like to make an approval for the proposals for the 2022 Hammond Redevelopment Commission lots for the lawn cutting season.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Tomage, seconded by Mr. Myricks. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Tomage?
Yes.
Soto Presley?
Yes.
Duray? Myricks?
Yes.
Upridge?
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Thank you. All right, number 13 is approval of development agreement between the City of Hammond, Redevelopment Commission, and Homes of Distinction LLC for Florida Avenue development.
So members of the commission, if you look in your packet, you will find a development agreement between the City of Hammond's Redevelopment Commission and Homes of Distinction LLC. This development agreement is for the development of residential homes on Florida Avenue. As you know, Florida Avenue has been vacant. The property is owned by the Hammond Redevelopment Commission. And this parcel, like many others, was primed for real estate. One of the things we look for throughout the city are areas that we can develop, whether it be for commercial development, industrial, or residential. We have found that there's an increased demand for residential, so it's the job of economic development and other departments to really look for areas that could be developed and have very good and premier housing throughout the city of Hammond. Florida Avenue is such an area that would be a great area for residential development. It already abuts a residential area. The only challenge that we saw with developing this property was that it did not have any infrastructure. Well, it didn't have a road and infrastructure, so it made it a little difficult. But we did put out a request for proposals, and we received a proposal from Homes of Distinction, where they gave us some renderings of 2 models of homes that they were proposing for the area. So we met with them. We were very excited. As many of you know, they have built homes in Parish View. They've built homes as well on Florida Avenue, so they have a lot of success within the city of Hammond, and we were really, really pleased with their proposal. So at this time, what is before you is the approval of the development agreement. And I have Brandon Smith in the audience. I'll allow him to come forward and give you a scope of the project. But what is before you is the approval of the development agreement, and the incentive would be a forgivable loan, as well as the city will construct the road for that property so that it can be ready for development, so they can begin building homes. So that is all I have at this time. At this time, if Brandon would like to come forward and give us a little information about the homes he's proposing to build at that site, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Hello, thank you for having me. So for Florida Avenue, basically, just Homes of Distinction would like to continue the success that we've seen in Hammond. We just had a great success at New York Avenue with the paired homes. Similar to that quality, these are just going to be different because these will be single-family homes. The idea is to do 2 models, 1 ranch, and then 1 2-story. We feel that area is for both, either first-time home buyers or people that are downsizing, or families that need more space. So our ranch home would be anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The 2-story would be anywhere from 1,700 to 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom with an optional 4th bedroom or office, and 2.5 bath. What we did was kind of look at the area and came up with a couple designs that we think that would fit in well with the area. You don't want to do anything that's going to stand out too much with the surrounding area, because it is a developed area. It's not an empty piece of land that no one's ever built on. So we wanted to make the surrounding community feel like they, something was going in that they wouldn't like to see either. So that's basically it. There's 11 lots. Our plan too was to, on the first lot, build a model and then sell off of that. If it's anything like New York Avenue, we had pre-sales before we even had the first unit done, so we're hoping to see the same thing there. But if not, we will have a model open that people can tour, and that'll kind of be our sales office for that area. So if you have any questions, I'd be willing to answer them.
What would be the range of price for the sale of the homes? What are we looking at?
For that area, we're looking to be within probably the low 3s to upper 3s. I think the area could really, I think that it wouldn't be an issue having that price range there. And the one thing with everything going on with construction now is it's just the cost of materials and everything is so high. We don't want to outprice ourselves there, but I think that we could, that the homes there could support that price range of the mid to high 3s.
This is not for you. Didn't we do this about 3 or 4 years ago? Am I confused about, no?
No, for Florida.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Well, I think maybe we've talked about putting the road in.
Right.
Okay,
And it was a while ago that we put the RFP out.
okay.
So you may have, not confusing, 'cause I don't think it, but I think you're probably remembering us talking about it in the past, because we've talked about it on at least 2 or 3 other occasions.
Okay. Well, I could be confused,
No.
Put it past me.
I doubt it. You're not.
I don't have any other questions.
I can tell you one thing, Mr. Smith, that area does have a high groundwater table there, so pouring basements, you might
Yeah,
want to have a couple steps up so
exactly.
you don't go as deep.
Yeah, we ran into the same issue, Parish View and then Lincoln, or Lake Avenue that we did too. So either, the way we design them is we'll take a look at the water table and then decide if we're going to do basements. We won't do a full basement, we'll have some steps up. We could even offer, we have another development that we offer slabs with extra storage above, so it's another option as well. But we'd like to get as much storage in as possible, enough living space, so basements are, lower levels are always our first choice.
No, I love a basement, I'm just saying that you might have
It is,
to go
yeah.
up a little bit, and I would recommend drain tile in and out too, in a location like that.
Will do.
That's all I have.
If there's no further questions or discussion, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of development agreement between the City of Hammond, Redevelopment Commission, and Homes of Distinction, LLC, for Florida Avenue Development.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Soto Presley. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Gray, Myrick,
Yes.
Hawkridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, number 14 is approval of the agreement to sell real estate for property known as 7404 through 7444 Florida Avenue.
So as part of the agreement you just approved, part of that is a separate purchase agreement. Africa referenced it. It's a $60,000 purchase price, which is financed with a $55,000 forgivable loan. That loan's forgiven as Mr. Smith and his company build these homes. If he doesn't build the homes, then we have a mortgage and we have a problem, or he's got a problem. So, which he's fully aware of, so.
Okay, Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of agreement to sell real estate for property known as 7404-7444 Florida Avenue.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioners Tomich. Let's have roll call, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myricks,
Yes.
Hawbridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Oh, 103.
Okay, number 15 is approval of professional development and general engineering services agreement, site plan review services with Butler, Fairman, Suffolk Incorporated.
So members of the commission, if you look in your package, you'll find your approval for professional development for general engineering services. As you have seen, it's been evidenced by the meeting today, we have a lot going on within the city of Hammond, a lot. And our staff works very hard. We do a very good job. And we do a lot with a very limited staff, a very well-qualified, but a very limited staff. So sometimes we request additional assistance from consultants that can help us do some of that work on a case-by-case basis. And the planning department is, at this time, coming before you, requesting approval of the development agreement for engineering services. Brian Poland, the Director of City Planning, is in the audience. I'll give him an opportunity to discuss this contract, as well as some of the things that the consultant will be working on. But what is before you at this time, or what is before you for consideration, is the approval of the professional development for engineering services.
Okay, thank you for that, Africa. Yes, it is, with the amount of work that we are experiencing, was certainly one of those good problems to have. Our staff, city planning is asking to seek outside professional assistance. In the agreement that we worked out with BFS, it is for a total of $21,000. This is mainly because we've never done it before, had an outside agreement. We wanted to go small. The number is based on the services they can perform is, ranging from subdivision plan approval all the way up to full development plan approvals. And they're going to review the documents presented by the developer, give us a report so we can get feedback back and forth between our consultant and the developer on our behalf. The contract sets up an up to $3,500 amount per project. It is an hourly basis with that maximum cap. The $21,000 is simply 6 times 3,500, so we are setting up the opportunity to have 6 projects. If the project their work comes in under that amount, that gives us an opportunity for another project potentially, and then if they exceed that amount, the 3,500, based on an agreement with me, that would lessen, going from 6 to 5 projects. So we have some flexibility in the way the contract was written. So we ask humbly that you approve the contract.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tomage. That's for the approval of professional development and general engineering services agreement, site plan review services with Butler, Fairman, and Sufert Incorporated. If there's no further questions for Mr. Poland? Okay, roll call then, please.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Gray, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Thank you, Brian. Number 16 is authorization to advertise for sale of real estate located at 120 Sibley.
So, members of the commission, at this time, we'd ask for authorization to advertise for the sale of real estate located at 120 Sibley. And we also would, at this time, also ask for permission to permission to advertise for the sale of real estate located at 103 Brimbach. Both of these parcels are located in the downtown area and are owned by the Redevelopment Commission. And at this time, we ask for authorization to advertise for development of those parcels. For the sale, I'm sorry.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Soto Presley, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Gray, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, we have a couple more here. Authorization to advertise for sale of real estate located at 662 Sibley.
Members of the commission, are similar to the previous request, what is before you now is an authorization to advertise for the sale of real estate located at 662 Sibley Street. This is located in downtown Hammond and is owned by the Redevelopment Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tomage. Can we have a roll call then, please?
Talmadge,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Gray, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay. Number 18 then, authorization to advertise for sale of real estate located at Lot 1, 3336, 173rd Street. That's the Wedgewood property.
Members of the commission, at this time, we ask for authorization to advertise for the property located at 3336 173rd Street. It's commonly known as the Wedgewood property. This property was owned by the Hammond Parks Department, but was recently transferred to the Hammond Redevelopment Commission. So we ask for authorization to advertise for the sale of the real estate at this time.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Soto Presley, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. Let's have a roll call, please.
Talmadge,
Yes.
Total Presley,
Yes.
Gray, Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, brings us to number 19, our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, I make a motion to pay registered claims for March 10th, 2022 through March 31st, 2022. The register of claims are 61319 through R61397 inclusive.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion for the register of claims dating March 10th, 2022 through March 31st, 2022. That's claim R61319 through claim R61397. That was a motion made by Commissioner Soto Presley, seconded by Commissioner Tomage. Is there any questions on these claims for staff? Okay, then roll call on the claims.
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Number 20, is there any new and unfinished business tonight?
Yes, members of the commission, I have 2 items for new and unfinished business tonight. The first item is the authorization to advertise for 828 Willow Court. We've had some interest in that property, so at this time, we've come before the Redevelopment Commission for authorization to advertise at 826 Willow Court.
So moved.
I so
Second.
Okay, we have a motion then by Commissioner Thomas, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. That's to advertise for 828 Willow Court. Can we have a roll call, please?
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Members of the commission, the second item before you is the authorization to advertise for the property located at 609 Sibley Street. This property is owned by the Redevelopment Commission. At this time, we ask for authorization to advertise for the sale of real estate.
I so moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Soto Presley, seconded by Commissioner Myrick. That's the authorization to sell property at 609 Sibley. Let's have a roll call, please.
Tomich,
Yes.
Soto Presley,
Yes.
Garay, Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, I guess that concludes.
That concludes all I have for new and unfinished business tonight.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, brings us then to 21, public comment. Public comment is open now. If anybody would like to come forward, you may do so. You have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, public comment is closed then. Public comment is closed. Number 22.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.